I've had the same thing with my fellow women too. Yes,
Me pay we.
it's not gender based. I think women do that a lot too. Oh, me pe kwabena.
But you know, for a woman,
you hear stuff like
yes,
kwabena man me sekaba me come majo or man me feel good.
Exactly. But even with even with women like this,
Okay.
at a point in time, they let go of one and stay with. Yes, they do.
Okay.
Oh yes,
And
they
you
do.
think men
but
don't?
no, they don't. And look at
At the end of the
this.
day, one gets the ring and one turns into Lord of the Rings.
Mom.
You understand? At the end of the day, one gets a ring. It's the same thing with, listen, men are men. Women are women. When it comes to hiding relationships, those who do it better are women. A woman could be sleeping next to you, promising you the whole world, assuring you that her world evolves around you, promising you that from here she's going straight home, and she could just wake up from your place, and the next man has already booked her Uber.
Are you serious? Do you men not do the same?
So you see, it's not gender based.
You know, I say this. This is Love City. My name is Anakunidu, and all you need certainly is love. Today, I'm telling you something. Okay, I'm entering into the office of Anthony Robbins, and I'm telling you that it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently. Listen, it's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently. So do not start something now, pause, come back to it, pause, come back to it. You need to stay consistent with things you do. Attitude-wise, your job, how you save and all of that, how you love people. It needs to be consistent. Again, this is Love City. Tell a friend to tell another friend that we're about to come and delve into what we have on our table today. I take a breather. When I come back, I want me to say. Welcome back and thank you for staying. You guys are the real MVPs. For anyone who just chanced upon our video, and you're welcome. Please don't go yet. Please stay. Stay and listen to what we have to tell you. I can bet you that you would have something to take home. Grab a popcorn, a bottle of wine, gather with your friends, munch on that popcorn, sip some wine, and enjoy. In the studios with me is Grandmaster, the one and only Grandmaster.
Nana Kone Ido.
Hi, darling.
I've been blessed. How have you been?
Oh, I've been well.
No
all
lie.
things,
No lie.
yes, all things are working for our good.
You have a bright future in front of you and behind you. Yes.
Otilo.
The future is bright behind you.
Grant, what's going on? What's happening? Are you done with the La Liga or what it's called?
Not at all.
Okay,
It's a new season about to begin. Yes. We have some fixtures to look forward to.
Okay.
So just like I always tell my fellow football fanatics, keep it locked on here on Studios 2 TV for VAR Sports.
Right.
That is where I'll fill your belly with football activities.
And I also hear there have been some signings here and there. People are moving from giving out
Ghanaian
breaks.
players especially.
Oh.
Mohamed
Wow.
Sawa.
Kudos.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
He's on the verge of moving from Ajax to Brighton and Hove Albion in England. So from the Netherlands to England.
Right.
Yes.
One of these days, I'm going to have us talk about female football in Ghana. I don't know. I think I'm not doing too much for the females.
I look forward to that very day.
But today, we have a story a lady wrote to us. Some people are getting paranoid. Others are getting upset.
Paranoia.
Yeah. So, this is what I got. May I have your indulgence? Right.
Forward.
So, Nana, it took every strength I have to send you this post. This issue is eating me up, and I need your friends to advise me. Well, Grandmaster is here. I am a married woman with a daughter. 2 weeks ago, we were supposed to attend a party, me, my husband, and daughter. On the morning of that day, my husband dressed up and gave one flimsy excuse that he can't go with us to the party. After quizzing him a bit, he said he would meet us there. I went to the party with my daughter. At the party, I saw those twin boys. They looked so cute and all. What struck me a bit was these boys looked so much like my brother-in-law. My husband told the brother. I couldn't stop staring at them, but my brother-in-law lives outside the country with his family. That's his wife and 4 kids. I was seated at the party and my daughter was standing by me when the pregnant lady walked up to my daughter, mentioned my daughter's name, and asked her how she was doing. After my daughter responded, she walked away, totally ignoring me. I asked my daughter if she knew her, and she said no. My daughter thought I knew this lady, but I didn't. This didn't sit well with me, Nana. I walked up to the lady and nicely asked her how she knew my daughter. She sized me up twice and said, "Madam, clear off," and she walked away. As she was walking away, she called the same twins that I said looks like my brother-in-law, and she left. And I was shocked and confused. I walked outside to clear my head, and I can swear that I saw this lady driving off in a car that looks exactly like my husband's car. I haven't been myself since. This is eating me up. I haven't asked my husband anything. He keeps asking me if everything is okay. And no, he didn't come to the party. I am scared that what I'm thinking might be true. Am I being paranoid, or my husband has another family? What would she be thinking? Well, this is what she will be thinking, or she might be thinking that her husband is cheating on her. Her husband has a new family somewhere she's oblivious of. And the valor, the effrontery, the guts the woman had to size her up and down and tell her to clear off so she can go or she can pass.
Before I proceed, let me quote the legendary Amachi Dede. Onipa ne din sekeke, ayon boy enyo no. Yeah, but then I mean, it's quite bemusing,
Yeah.
if I may say.
Yes.
Because you can't walk straight to my daughter, try to exchange pleasantries, then you totally ignore me.
Right.
Some way, somehow, you knew my daughter. And I have every right to question you on how you knew my daughter. Because
my daughter.
It doesn't set well if you just approach my daughter. I mean, regardless of the age, you can't just come and talk to my daughter and say, "Hello, how are you?" and just expect me not to say nothing. Then, moving forward to, on her suspicion, it could be a wide suspicion. I get it.
Okay.
She didn't mention the fact that they looked directly like the husband.
The husband, but the brother.
The brother abroad. So it could be a family member. It could be a long distance, because some of the family members.
Have you not seen babies who look like their uncles and aunties?
I look so much like my uncle. If you put myself and my uncle's picture together, you might think that's my real father. Yes. Shout out to Uncle Lord, wherever you are. Yes, if you put us together, we look so. I mean, I have some features of my dad, but then with my uncle, the resemblance is striking. So that's understandable. It could be Ake, your baby daddy has nothing to do with that, or your husband has nothing to do with that family, or
there is something. There's something inside there. What takes every part of me, including my thoughts, is the fact that her husband woke up with them, got dressed
was it
reason.
Like a family party or something?
That she would have to let us know. But let's assume that it's a family party.
Yeah.
And you wake up, you dress up, and you say you're not going anymore.
It's only a fool who doesn't change his mind. I mean, I could just wake up and not feel like going anywhere. But then, you see, the whole climax of the suspicion
Right.
is when she drove away in the car that looks like,
That looks just exactly like her husband's car.
I mean, on that note too, I won't be defending the man, but I mean, if it's a Toyota, they make 2,000, 10,000, 5,000 models of that same car. We can't say that is necessarily your husband's car.
But come on, if your woman has a car, out of 100 other cars, you know your woman's car. You can boldly say that, this car is my woman's car. I know this is my woman's car.
This puzzle is not puzzling. This woman's puzzle is not. You see, I understand her. She's trying to connect the dots because the man changed his mind at the 11th hour.
Right.
You go to the party, you meet a heavily pregnant woman with kids that have family resemblance to your husband. Then she drives out. No, she's rude to you at the party.
Yeah.
Then she drives away in a car that looks exactly like your husband's car. I would also come home thinking, I mean, there's something fishy. Aquarium. There's something really fishy going on. I have reasons to believe the husband knows something, or the brother abroad knows something.
The brother abroad, let's take the brother abroad out of the equation. Dabby. With twins. Now she's heavily pregnant again. And Nikruna.
La ilaha illallah.
Because she didn't say that.
What men have been reduced to? Allegations.
Really?
I think you are leveling allegations.
I'm not leveling any allegations on men.
Listen, I understand you completely, but then this is why I found fault with the whole write-up.
Okay.
You have something eating you up. Do you know you have to take care of your mental health?
Very important.
You have to check your blood pressure.
Yes.
Because all these things can crumple your mental health, and then you start getting blood pressure.
Yes.
You've made this expose at a party, or you've met this expose at a party. You come home and decide to sleep on it to save face. Who are you helping? This could just be mere allegations you are trying to level up against the man. I'm not saying the man is an angel. I don't know the man, so I won't say he's an angel, neither is he the devil. But then, he who is without stone should cut the first stone. If you think your man has done you wrong, go to the man, talk to him. Husby, me call party na se no. Me hu nkwale bi wo ho. Nipa ne din se. Bakra. We are sure say umbo two bi wo kru. Ohun. Nkwala ne se wo yie pa.
I mean, if you go asking your man such a serious question like this.
With no evidence.
Okay.
You see the thing? The reason why it feels like it's a serious question and she's not making any sort of progress is the fact that she has no evidence to back her claims. You just saw these people at the party and now they are gone. They are not in the chapter anymore. The car, the acclaimed car you mentioned you saw, it's not also in the picture again. The kids that look like your husband, you have no pictorial or a JPEG to show to your husband. Yo, husband, this is the kiddies. So the whole narrative, it's some way, somehow, like a host.
Okay.
I feel she should have confronted the lady at the program.
Okay. Well, for a woman who, so you see, she walked up to her. She went to her and wanted to inquire how she knew her daughter. And she snubbed her. So I'm just thinking, how best could she have confronted him again, having snubbed her for the first time? And she's pregnant. We know how pregnant women can be sometimes.
I feel the lady did herself wrong.
Okay.
Yes, she should have probed further. If it's a family party, there are definitely relatives at the party because this said lady won't just walk from her home and just come to the party. Let me tell you one thing about families.
Okay.
if you are with a man and the man invites you for a program with a family, be it a man or a woman, it's a random thing. Try and get clues, get talking with the family members.
Okay.
You would know if you are girlfriend number 175.
How would you know?
Oh, you would know. Get talking.
Okay.
Get familiar with the friends. Get
Okay.
familiar with the family.
Okay.
Introduce yourself. I mean, this is a woman with a plan. If it's me, Kwabena, this is what I would do. You know your husband's family members. You definitely the sisters and brothers, the cousins, the uncles and aunties, the grandfathers, the nephews, the nieces. You know them.
The candid ones are in there.
Get
so,
talking.
Your baby
Hey.
are.
And now unipa we me we there me hu no busuani mu da wo.
Okay. Okay.
Probe further.
Okay.
Provoke something. Something
Alright.
must give. Start talking. Hey. Now one anyway ba say something offensive. You be a bit.
Should I say something
woman,
offensive?
Say something offensive.
Okay.
Hey. Na unim no. Ujafo. You get answers. But then you went to the party. All these events happen. Look at the sort of intel you could have gathered. Now you have come home with no intelligence at all. You have no evidence to back your claim. You are now home
Driving yourself into a
crying wolf. Because there's no evidence. Okay, it's understandable. All evidence from where I'm sitting, she telling me this now. I have a strong feeling that, well, maybe your husband has another family in town.
Right. Grant, I want to ask you this. Could it be, or let's just say that this said lady and her kids texted this man in the morning and told him that, you know what, let's just move this away from a family. It was like a family gathering to a party that they were invited to attend. And this lady got in touch with the man that, I am bringing your sons to come and meet their sister.
Okay.
I'm bringing your sons to come and meet their sister. And I want your wife to know that I am there. And I'm pregnant. It scared him. And he made an excuse. Let's just assume that this is how it started. The man was right to run off. That I'll give it to him. I mean, he
will fight and run away, lives to fight another day.
But
that was a coward move though.
But that's what a lot of you men do.
No,
you like to run off.
I face my problems head on.
That is you, out of 100.
I mean,
so you are 1 and they are 99.
If this was the case, since you've been man enough to be doing the do and you have
two twins yes.
already with the lady, and now she's an expecting mother too, which means you have the both.
I hear there are times where I hear, oh, me pewe so.
I've had the same thing with my fellow women too. Yes, it's not gender based. I think women do that a lot too. Oh, me pe kwabena.
But you know, for a woman,
you hear stuff like,
yes,
kwabena man miseka me come majwa or man me feel good.
Exactly. But even with women like this,
okay,
at a point in time, they let go of one and stay with. Yes, they do.
Okay.
Oh yes,
and
they do.
You think men
but
don't?
No, they don't. And look at
the end of the day. At the end of the day, one gets the ring and one turns into a lot of the rings. You understand? At the end of the day, one gets a ring. It's the same thing with. Listen, men are men. Women are women. When it comes to hiding relationships, those who do it better are women. A woman could be sleeping next to you, promising you the whole world, assuring you that her world evolves around you, promising you that from here she's going straight home, and she could just wake up from your place, and the next man has already booked her Uber.
Are you serious? Do you men not do the same?
So you see, it's not gender-based.
You know, I say this all the time, and I'll keep saying this. I stand by every word I am going to spew out right
Let's
now.
go.
That I am on Memano.
Okay.
On a serious note, It is human. It's your attitude. And I'm by this and in
Missy Crodos, why Antina Fraku, Jenny Mguasio, Crodos one, Yantina Faku, and Jenny Mguasie. So, a corner doors why Antina Faku, a brantie, and then Unumukana Metuaha. Crony doors why Antina Faku, and Jenny Mguasie. Let me tell you something.
What does that mean? It means that you can have 2 or 3 girlfriends.
No, that's what I say.
What does that mean? I want to know.
You see, when killers and killers meet, killers go run away, we go left killers. You understand?
That's what it means.
Sometimes, listen. Sometimes you meet someone, you put your heart out there for them. You let them know they are your world. You tell them that your whole world evolves around them. And all of a sudden you are the fool.
But it's vice versa. That's what I'm saying. That
that's what I'm saying. It's not actually or realistically it's not gender based. Don't make it sound like we pushed this agenda.
You pushed that agenda. That is what I'm saying. You pushed the agenda.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Okay, how did we get here? How did the whole thing turn into a gender-based argument? See, let me tell you, the world now we have now, so many of the evil that is going on in this world now, the real perpetrators behind the evil.
It is a lie.
It's the women.
It is a lie.
Recently, Sikane yehu obema dem. Sikane yila recently yehu obema dem. What about them? Nkofo na mu fast kan omo ye mbema. Omo ye mbia.
Esika mo haba ewo mo bed sasene nyama ebini. Anyway, like I was saying earlier, before we moved to your attitudes. Your attitude that keeps upsetting me. She came to the party purposely to ruin a family. The man managed.
You think that's the ulterior motive?
We are just,
Okay. Taking things from another perspective. It makes sense.
Maybe she came to the party to ruin a family. But Phil said they are good to go. Bibi are cost to find a mom. She's a married woman. Mind you know how married women seek attention here and there on a daily basis. Inti bia abrante yi emba ne ho often. So let me just go and ruin this thing. Have him all to myself.
Why not book a weekend trip with him? I mean, you see, to her advantage, I don't want to call her the side chick or the second.
The pregnant?
Yes.
Right.
I don't know what better name to give her. Let's say she's the third party now.
I think you don't do that. You don't do that anyway. You just don't do that. Go and hold on for me. Let me read a few messages.
Do.
You just don't do that. Okay. Emily Real says he has. One can't downplay with ladies' intuition. The lady's attitude alone said a lot. Francis says she should narrate the whole incident to the husband and ask him if he knows the woman. Given he was to be at the party too, but couldn't make it, she should be more observant of the husband's activities moving forward.
Thank you.
Jessie says, good day, Nana. I would like to ask the lady if she has a good relationship with her husband, to the extent that she believes she tells her husband almost everything and vice versa. If yes, then she should ask her husband in a jovial but polite manner. Like, hey, honey, I saw 2 boys twins at the party who looked exactly like your brother. They look cute, Papa. But their mother gave me a cold attitude after questioning her how she knew our daughter's name. Weird, eh? For a moment, I thought she was a member of your family until she gave me that cold attitude. Is there anyone in your family with twins and currently pregnant I had no idea of? Jessie is a smart girl.
She could be.
She should be vigilant on how her husband will react to the question. To add up, she should know most men of today are cheating. Left, right, center. She should be more concerned. She should be more concerned.
Sweetheart, I beg to differ.
She should be more concerned about her daughters as well as hers. She should be calm and smart in handling this issue. Juju says, being paranoid, Would you have agreed to you being paranoid because you weren't certain about your observation, except for the fact the lady mentioned your daughter's name correctly and was rude and ignorant after you sought to inquire? Does she know me? I think so. She could be an ex or someone your husband has a relationship with, or maybe in with. Okay. Your husband probably skipped the party to avoid any commotion, which is good for your relationship. Yeah, no news is good news. Thinking your husband has a family outside marriage just because someone mentioned your daughter's name and refused to talk to you at a party, that's insecurity. What if the lady is a relative you have never known? What if your husband sought refuge in her for the little misunderstandings that might be going on and she doesn't like you for this? Well, it's obvious your husband doesn't have a family outside your marriage, and being paranoid outweighs that. Talk to your husband about it and find out the truth, or it will eat you to the core. Dear Juju, I'll come back to respond this. I don't agree with what Juju is saying.
Thank you,
but
Juju. Thank you, Juju.
Josephine says
You've made a valid point.
she's not paranoid. The evidence is clear. She should start investigating and confront her husband to see his reaction. Kelvin says, make she ask her husband, because the mind can be tricky. If she thinks the car the lady drove looks exactly like her husband's, does she see the number plate or the car or not? Hey, number plate about mu.
CSI.
Adama says, from what she is saying, it's obvious they might be related to her husband. I suggest she focuses on her family and marriage for the ultimate. And if it turns out to be true, she shouldn't waste the dime of emotion worrying herself because it has happened already. She should prioritize herself and daughter at the end and remain positive. A lot of messages, a lot of messages. Ella Kai says, I will agree that she asked him, because communication is very important in a relationship, and it takes two people for a relationship to work. If she continues to keep it to herself, it's going to eat her up. The only solution is to confront her husband and then decide on whatever she wants to do afterwards. And also, it's very important for her to think about her child. It's very important for her to protect her child. All right. Nancy says, Nana, if she keeps it to herself, she might end up having a heart attack or high blood pressure. We don't want her to die and leave her daughter. She should ask him in a smart way and look out for all the loopholes her husband will display on his face. Felicia says, so as a woman, you should focus more on your career and God. Human being can disappoint you, but God and your career won't. I am not saying if love presents itself, don't fall, but use your head small. In case plan B fails, B will work. Accra we day. And indeed, Accra we stay by plan. Bernie says, confronting her husband in a nice way is the best way, but should be careful. These men of these days are toxic, so he won't end up doing anything bad to her. Kadi says, hey, unfortunately, could be true. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Women anchor. When they are sharing anything with you, it's difficult to hide it all. Unlike guys, they can eat and clean mouth and still play around like everything is okay. But for women, even in silence, are loud, noisy clues. So, granted, this takes me to men and women who do a lot of cheating, and I'll always say men. Glorica says,
Hi, Glorica.
Yeah, this is so clear, my sister. Your instincts are functioning properly, and yes, you should ask your husband where he was the day of the party. If not, you can act along and be brave to face the reality when the truth comes to light. If not, leave on like nothing happened. You didn't want to. Okay. If not, leave on like nothing happened and you didn't see what you saw. All right, I understand. Ruthie says, thoughts don't tell you what you must know. Enquiry does. What's worse, paranoia or knowledge? She has to do herself the service of asking her husband. There is already no trust. If there was, she will shake whatever thought and not go back to them. To feed a thought means she already has doubts about her husband's loyalty. I beg your pardon. In this case, neither fear nor silence can change a thing. She must get the knowledge and get it fast. If she's so worried, she won't be able to handle the heartbreak. She should most definitely speak to an infidelity therapist for a time period before approach. Okay, let me take this again. She should most definitely speak to an infidelity therapist for a time period before approaching her husband to communicate. Also, prayer strengthens the soul. It will help her solve difficulties better. My 2 cents. Okay. This story generated a lot of comments. A lot of comments. A lot. Grant,
Obapa.
I don't agree with Juju's submission on this.
Listen. I get it. Regardless of the intuition, regardless of her gut feeling,
Right.
regardless of how she's feeling now, not confronting the woman at the party is why we have arrived here. I felt she should have pushed further. She should have probed further to get more answers at the party.
So she should have followed her?
Not followed her, but some way, somehow, she would have gotten closure.
Okay.
What if the man is lying to her? Anything she tells her, he could lie. I don't even know the woman in question. Because, of course, men lie. Women lie.
So, because you didn't
But then again, I don't understand why. If this is a man's family party, and I
don't think it's a family party. I don't think it's a family party. I do not think, because if it's a family party, then there's a high possibility that she would be conversing with a family member.
I have a feeling it's a man's family party. That is why she's more worried.
Okay.
That would sum the whole thing up, because if this is your mom's family party and you are there and you've seen faces that look like your man's family and you've seen your man's car and you're trying to put 1 and 2 together, trying to connect the dots, it would all make sense. But then again, I think she failed herself by not going further.
Right.
She would have gotten a whole different angle to this issue if she had confronted the lady. Because coming at your younger daughter, talking to your girl and all that, already knowing the name, either she's a sister from Mansay or something. She could easily be a sister from the States, the UK.
Grant.
Yes, back on holiday.
Yeah. Or ignore. So why would she want to ignore?
Probably you had an unresolved issue your husband told her about.
Oh,
she has
come
no
on.
idea you guys have fixed your issue.
Come on. This is a man defending a man anyway. This is a
What's man do, man?
defending
What's
a man.
man do, man?
Okay, Grant.
You know, go?
Your final submission.
Okay, so...
But before that, if you have anything else you want to add on to what you've said so far.
Dear writer, I share your pain. Don't mind the fact that sometimes I'm trying to be hard on you, but then I really, really understand I can't say I understand what you're going through, but then I have a fair idea of what you are feeling.
Right.
The feeling of uncertainty, nobody likes that. But then I feel you've blown things out of proportion by letting the lady leave the party without getting the much needed answers. If this man was able to hide his family from you, the second family from you, what makes you think that he would come clean by just admitting, say, oh yes, I'm a member? It would never happen. Not in this lifetime, not in the other one, not in the next one. So you see, I feel you should just relax, go about your things the normal way, pray to your maker, ask him to let the man make a fool out of himself and expose things by himself.
Okay.
Because you can't be dependent on the fact that you went to a party and you saw a lady. No.
With
That
what
won't
you
hold
ask.
any weight anywhere.
Okay.
Take him to your family members, they will laugh at you.
Okay.
Take him to your parents, they will laugh at you. Take him to his parents. If he's been able to hide this thing from all his family members, then I think this man is also a special case. Be wary of him. Be wary of him. If there's something you are doing wrong, fix yourself. I believe marriage is an institution where you don't always have to opt out if there are problems or troubles. Fix yourself. I think with what you have, one might say you are just a wife. No, but then you are not just a wife. You are his companion.
Right.
That is why he chose to stay with you. And the outsiders, that is why they remain outside. I always urge marriage people to always focus on their own. Don't be bothered about what is going on in town. At the end of the day, he sleeps behind you. Just make sure that he's not sleeping behind you with STIs and all that.
Right.
Be focused on your family. Don't be worried about the party. She's not a threat. That's why she's an outsider. Probably what you should check next time is your communication skills. You have poor communication skills. If it was me, I would have sparked something at that very program and I would have gotten the answers. We wouldn't have even arrived here. But then, we are all created differently. I understand your pain. But for now, these are just mere speculations.
No evidence.
It
to
doesn't
back
hold
one.
any weight.
Okay.
So don't let mere speculations ruin your household.
Right.
Keep the focus. Keep the fire burning. I'll say a prayer for you when I do. Yes. I hope you and your man resolve things.
All right.
But if and when you find out that he's running off with this said lady, come to me, Grandmaster, and my judgment will be different.
Thank you, Grandmaster. Dear writer, I will tell you to ask your husband. That's your husband. You should know him better. Find a way to, like Jessie mentioned in her comments, find a way to, ask him this. And be smart enough to read his gestures, facial expressions, and all of that. We know men, they can be sometimes. Like I say all the time, drink a lot of water, eat healthy, and mind what is Grant doing, and mind your business. My name is Anakunidu, and this is Love City. All you need is love. It's a bye.